There are two words that are very well known when it comes to clauses in shareholder agreement, which is drag along and tag along. So we'll start with drag along. Drag along is a clause which means basically that a minimum of investors holding a minority stake in a company, if proposed to be bought, can drag the whole cap table. And that's typical of a clause that VCs will put on a shareholder agreement. Why? To give them liquidity to their investment. They may own 15 or 20% of the company, but with those 15%, if there is a sell option, they can really drag the whole cap table. Let me explain you basically what it is. It means that when you sign with the VC, as an entrepreneur, they will propose you, for example, a holder of 25% of the shareholding of the whole company, if contacted by a buyer and given an offer, if he owns more than 25%, he can drag the rest of the cap table. It's very important because it's independent from the value of the proposal up to a certain point, because the drag along clause they will come with, if you have more than 25% and the total value of the proposal is superior to 15 million, then you can act and you can use that drag along right. So most of the time what you do is that you have a drag along right which is around 20 or 30% of the cap table and cannot be held by just one investor, which kind of generate competitiveness and also talks between investors. As an entrepreneur, what you need to really get is that if you get an investment from a VC and it comes with a drag along right, and most of the case it will come, it means that although with a minority stake in the company, you may give the right to one or two investors to just sell the company and drag all the other investors at the value they decided to accept the deal. So you have to be very careful. That's typical clause of a shareholder agreement by VCs. What you need to work on and negotiate on, if you cannot take that clause out, is the cap, ceiling, meaning basically you can drag, but the minimum valuation of the wholesale should be 40, 50, 100 million. You can negotiate that cap, and you can also negotiate the time, which is you will have as a VC drag along right, but you will be able to exert, to use that right, not before the next 36 months. So yeah, my point here is that most of the time you will have to accept a drag along right, but you can put conditions, and this is where you have to be fighting a lot to protect your interests.